guys, welcome back to another video. Today, very late video, probably should have done this a few days ago, but next episode is Clone Wars Reviewed. It is season 7, episode 7. We're in the second half of the season now, and this is very intense. We see Ahsoka, Trace, and Rafa be getting in prison because they were caught from the last episode. Trace dumped the spice. I think it's called spice. I'm just gonna call it spice, okay? So Ahsoka, Rafa, and Trace are in the prison cell, just thinking, and then just all arguing whose fault is this. Is it Ahsoka's fault, Trace's fault, or Rafa's fault? They're all kind of in the blame here. And then we probably get the best part of that about the episode. We see. So basically, Rafa says that Ahsoka's kind of like thinking like a Jedi. So, and then Ahsoka's like, what's wrong with that? And then Rafa tells Ahsoka about her and Trace's backstory. So basically, back in season 2, I forget what the name of the episode is, Hunt for Zero, I think. And the Jedi were on a speeder, and they could have gone into a clear platform, but they decided to go right into Trace's and Rafa's house, killing their parents. And we do see a bit of their parents, so that's probably pretty sad. And then Rafa and Trace have to and start from scratch again on their own without their parents, and that's very sad. And I guess they eventually work up to where they are in season 7, episode 5, where Ahsoka comes to meet them. So Rafa gets taken away by the Pikes out of the room to get electrocuted until she tells them, what's going on, where the hell is the spice. While she's gone, Ahsoka's asking Trace, why did she deal with Ahsoka? Why did Trace and Rafa were supposed to be on the road, but why did Trace help Ahsoka? And she says that's something that our mother would do. So we do learn a bit about our parents and stuff. I know it's not that important, but it's just something to getting in there, and I think it's just good. So they bring back Rafa and then take out Trace, and they ask Trace, where did she dump the spice? And Trace is and then she tell you, and then she begins to faint, and then she takes one of their guns and just start kicking ass, and then she rescues them, and then they run out and stuff. Actually, no, Trace is going to rescue them. Ahsoka opened the door with the Force. Rafa was actually unconscious, so then she woke her up, and then they escaped, and then they bumped into each other, and then it's basically they're escaping now. To be honest, this episode feels a lot like the episode 3. It's in the third episode in the arc, and it's all about them escaping. They actually do end up in the cell at the end of the episode, but in this episode, it actually kind of it explains a lot more. Number one, it doesn't go into much more depth in what the characters are thinking. They still don't know that Ahsoka uses the Force. Actually, when they were just about to escape, they were jumping over this big height. Actually, the platform was getting big. It was coming apart, so it was getting bigger and bigger. Rafa went across, and then Trace went across. Ahsoka pushed her, and then Ahsoka easily jumped across. And they still don't know that Ahsoka could use Force. She's just laying low there, and it's really just fun to just speculate if they will guess that she uses the Force or not. Just it's just in there. There's also a part where they've lost the Pikes. They're pretty much free, and Rafa's we can take the nearest ship around, and then Trace is no, we have to get my ship, the Silver Angel. The Silver Angel. It is up on a high platform that Rafa and Trace have to probably argue, and obviously the best choice is to go on the nearest ship, because then they would freaking survive Trace. But then, and I think an old guy or some homeless asked for some credits, but I think probably Ahsoka had some on her, but I don't think she'd want to give any just in case Trace and Rafa suspected anything. So I guess they said no. And then he asked the Pikes for some. The Pikes were actually in the same area, but they didn't see Ahsoka, and said no. And basically the Pikes showed this guy a picture of them and said, "Have you seen him? Seen them?" And the guy said yes. So probably if Ahsoka had given that guy some credits, he wouldn't have ratted them out like that. So it's just a little lesson for you kids out there. And Trace has the same gun for the full episode. Ahsoka and Rafa are kind of like unprotected. Really, they don't have any weapon. But Ahsoka does with the Force, and she actually sometimes like forces out, force like, but she pulls out the pikes out of their areas, like where they're shooting from, and then Troyce can easily shoot them. So Ahsoka's a bit of help, but Rafa, she's not helping, bro. And as I said, they do get put back in the same cell again. But the Mandalorians, they're there for some reason, I don't know, and they see Ahsoka, Trace, and Rafa, and I think they recognize Ahsoka, so they say we have a common enemy. And that's probably referring to Darth Maul. I think in the next episode, I think it's something to do. It sounds like the title that Ahsoka will be coming back to the Jedi Order, and I remember seeing in the episode that Ahsoka just doesn't look like she's eager. Let the clones have made all of these orange, clone helmets out of her, and she's still like, I don't know about this. I think this episode like properly explains why Ahsoka doesn't really want to go back. She's hearing all these stories about the Jedi. It started in the last episode too, with the slaves. She said, like, it would look like the Republic of the Jedi would put a stop to it, but Ahsoka's like, no, you think they would. And then she learns, like, so in this episode, and Ahsoka's just learning so much about the Jedi, she probably doesn't really want to go back. So she probably made the wrong choice, bro. So that's probably why in episode 8, I think, is when she goes back. She's probably not that eager. I don't know what's going to happen in the last episodes of the Clone Wars. We'll see. That's Darth Vader reviewing episode 7 of Star Wars The Clone Wars, season 7. Peace out, home dog.